Well, so I'm glad you brought that up. So I have to ask you, and maybe if you got a picture, you can send it to Brandon, you can put it in here.
Right.
Did you sit in the corner in the center of the house with your Harley Davidson helmet on?
So I joke about that, right? Because you have a tornado shelter. I don't. I'm in a house that's been there for several decades. So I'm thinking it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But, I have bulletproof vests and helmets and gloves. I'm like, is there enough for everybody? But
It's funny and not funny, but I've lived here in the Midwest my whole life. Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri a little bit, but I've seen 2 tornadoes in person since living here.
Just 2?
My whole life, yep.
I think the perception is there's like one every other week. And
right.
People are disappearing off to the land of Oz, and they end up on a yellow brick road.
The night we moved into this house, that we live in, there was a tornado on the ground. And
how big?
It was probably 100 yards wide or something like that. It wiped out a few buildings, probably 8-10 miles from here. It literally came off the ground and went back up into the sky a half mile from our house.
So
the night we moved in. And that year, that was the first year we lived here, which was like 9 years ago. And that year, I think we didn't have a storm shelter. And that year, I bet we were in that storm shelter, or in the closet under the stairs 25, 30 times. I mean, it's like sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. And we're like, what is going on? We shouldn't have moved to Oklahoma, right? Bought a storm shelter the next year. I think I've had it 7-8 years, had that storm shelter. I don't think I've ever been in it but once.
Okay. That's a good sign, because I'm here now, and I'm from the Northwest, and we don't have tornadoes up there. We get a lot of rain, and snow, but we don't have tornadoes, so that's exciting. I gotta ask you, have you ever heard a squirrel scream? I know, it's just like...
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
So we got this squirrel, and I think I talked about it before. My wife named it Hemi. Mm-hmm. Squirrel loves us now. I mean, that squirrel thinks we're just something else. Our dogs aren't that convinced that these squirrels are cool, but we think they are. So right off our master bedroom, we got this deck, and there's a railing, and Hemi's always down there looking at us through our sliding window into the master bedroom. We're like, what are you doing, Hemi? So we started putting nuts out there on the railing, and Hemi just comes down and gets a nut here and there. Was it yesterday it was yesterday morning. I went out and I put a bunch of macadamia nuts out, and Hemi loves them. And I go in there. She's like, what did you do to Hemi? I'm like, what? Hemi fell off the deck. Fell. He was so excited. I think it's a he. I'm not sure. I haven't, how do you tell if a squirrel's a female or a male? I don't even know.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You look for a squirrel. Never mind.